Eternity's Shadow by E. Thomas Canton. Copyright 2024 E. Thomas Canton. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopy, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system, without written consent from the publisher. Credits. Voices by MURF.com. Sound effects from www.freesoundslibrary.com. And additional sound effects from www.zapsplat.com and pixabari.com. Music by www.zapsplat.com and IB Audio.
Is the devil evil? Or is he just another religious zealot who believes that all the chaos, prejudice, and intolerance is justified? Or is there even a difference? Brooke Adams, Octavia Wilde. This world smelled different. Not bad, but different. The sounds were also all a little odd. I can't describe what I mean by odd. It all struck me as palatable enough, but a little removed from what I considered normal. Or at least what I had become accustomed to. What I mean? It's like the birds didn't tweet. They emitted short shrieks. A slight aroma of cinnamon floated in the air. Not an artificial cinnamon like an air freshener. Rather, it smelled subtle and sweet and calming. My eyes teared up. The fragrance compelled a memory from deep inside me. My last Christmas with Fenn's family. The scent of cinnamon buns and apple cider hung in the air. It smelled like home. An odd for me family. Well, Fenn's family. Until now, I never realized how much I accepted them as my own. I wiped my eyes. Okay. Now is not the time to lose it. I have got to get control of myself. Take deep breaths. Come on. That's it. Okay. Better. Stay analytical. Look around me. What do I see? I had emerged into an apartment with no furniture or light fixtures, only empty rooms. Outside, the call of some strange animal caught my attention. I went to the nearest window and opened it, frightening some weird little bird with no feathers and scary little claws off the windowsill. It flew away from the roof, escaping toward the horizon with dozens of others like it. The sunset blazed in gold, yellow, and oranges. It held my attention longer than it should have. The apartment towered about 55 floors above the canopy of the jungle below. I wondered what happened to the minister. Maybe he'd chosen to stay behind after all. But I'd had no sooner expressed that thought when I saw him emerge from the closet door. He looked around while I closed the window. If Brexus had come here, she didn't seem to want to show herself. Was this her world? Or neutral territory? She would only feel the need to hide in neutral territory if she viewed us as a threat. But why would she?
What?
My head turned in the minister's direction. Where the hell did she come from? Brexus stood there as if she had been there watching us the entire time. You destroyed our entire world, I said as she stalked toward me. I stood my ground while keeping my eye on the exit. Good, you're here, she said, ignoring my tone. 7 billion people. I contained the rage that rose in my throat like lava. All the anger over not only Fenn's death, but Alice, her mother, all her brothers and sisters. Everybody. The anger I felt for all their deaths now had a point of focus. Brexus. She sighed. That was her response. She sighed. There is an infinity of universes. Trillions upon trillions upon trillions of people. Now, I need to know if you're a threat. With those words, she raised her hands to my forehead. I tried to lean back to avoid her touch, but I couldn't move fast enough. As she caressed my temples, I became thrust into memories that weren't mine. I entered a church at night to witness a small baptism in progress. Only a few family members were present. With a thunder that could wake the dead, The door behind me slammed closed. Everyone turned to look at me. I saw all of it as if I had been there myself. But I didn't even know its location, let alone been inside it during a baptism. The priest attempted to ignore me as he breathed on the baby and prayed.
May the powers of darkness, which the divine Redeemer hath vanquished by his cross, retire before thee, that thou mayest see to what hope, and to what an exceeding glorious inheritance among the saints thou art called.
He stopped and glared at me as I strutted down the aisle. I wanted to confront him. These are not my feelings. The priest turned to the parents.
I'm sorry,
He said before turning to me.
this is a private ceremony. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
I tried to walk around him, but he stepped in my way. He had the nerve to step in my way.
You can't go back there. Please leave now.
The priest said. I ignored him, but as I tried to step past him again, he slid in front of me. The family looked at me in shock.
This is a house of God. It's no place for a whore. Leave now.
With that, I stopped and turned. I refused to relate what happened next, but it culminated in disemboweled bodies strewn across the floor. Watching in horror as my own hands, my hands, drowned that poor baby in the baptismal water. I saw my reflection staring back at me with a smug, self-satisfied look. I could never understand how people could commit unspeakable crimes like this. Now I could feel the mad sanctimony of the unquestioned conviction that I had done God's work. That must have been what the Archbishop and the Inquisitors believed. Even in my fury over the death of Fen, I had never felt that kind of all-consuming hatred. What good is a God when his servants are either corrupt or fanatical? I walked behind the altar before taking a staircase to the roof. Brexus. We looked up to see a cloud of darkness wipe the stars out of existence. A thought. That's all it took to destroy the world. But more than the world had vanished. The entire universe had disappeared. How was that possible? The moon had been engulfed by the darkness. The moon. These were memories from today. I saw the moon being eaten by the darkness, but felt happy that I had done well. Those were her feelings. Brexus was behind all of this. Why? A sudden flash, and I almost forgot about everything that came before. That same older woman with grey hair, dyed red, stood over me. I lay on a gurney, while large bright surgical lights shone down on me. She looked down at me as she took off her green surgical mask. Around her neck, I saw that necklace with its small ornament of circles within circles. Back in the apartment, Brexus stumbled away from me wide-eyed. Her eyes darted from side to side before looking back at me with her mouth wide open. I suspect the look on my face was similar. The minister didn't take his narrowed eyes off me. What? I felt winded. Like I had run a marathon. I needed time to think. Time to digest what I had seen. And what I saw surprised her as much as it did me. She reached out to me again. This time, I didn't pull away. Quick as a shot, I stood in a prison. Not a prisoner, but an inquisitor of sorts. A slimy dampness permeated the dark cell. I looked around to see walls composed of enormous stone blocks. Manacled to the wall hanged a man, someone named Lysander. I felt as if I knew him. Lysander wore the tattered and blooded remnants of a military uniform. We could hear and feel gigantic explosions from above that knocked dust and dirt down on us. Lysander, though near death, remained unrepentant.
You shouldn't have started this war. We'll destroy the tenant,
He said. I felt Brexus pulling her hands away. I grabbed them, trying to hold them in place, but she pried her hands away from me. We locked eyes for the longest time before speaking. I need more. Please. The tenant. What's the tenant? I said. Please. I don't understand.
We should go.
The minister said. But I wasn't about to walk out of that apartment. I never broke eye contact with Brexus.
Brooke.
He said. I looked at the minister. You go. I'm sorry. But I need to know. I needed to find out why she showed me the images in the church and that war.
Listen to me.
Wait a minute. I can show you more. It makes sense to me now. I know what the Archbishop took from you.
I stepped into her outstretched hands. Within seconds, the minister grabbed me and pulled me toward the door leading to the Nexus. No. I jerked my arm free. I need to stay.
With the person who butchered almost 7 billion people.
He said.
7 billion people. Brooke.
I looked into the minister's eyes, thinking, why was I not listening to him? He's right.
They were believers.
Brexus said.
They had to die. You destroy the believers. You kill the God. They were inconsequential casualties.
She glared at me with an intensity that penetrated me to my core.
There are much bigger things at stake. Brooke, things that will affect the life of every man, woman, and child on every earth in every universe for all time. I could use your help.
What was she talking about? She had the power to destroy an entire universe. How could I help? I looked at her, searching for some sign that would help explain everything. No such clue revealed itself. The minister approached me, put his lips next to my ear, and whispered one word.
Fen.
I looked at Brexus. Fen's killer. Her murderer. No one is inconsequential, I said to myself as much as to Brexus. Darkness overcame her like a shadow on a sunny day. A black fog formed in front of her out of nowhere. She must have created it somehow. It darkened as it moved toward us. Of course, if she can create it, she should be able to control it. It gained speed as it progressed toward us. Oh. Come on, I said and paused weak, dragging the minister through the apartment door. We shot back into the tunnel. I swung around, slamming the door behind us. The minister and I ran down the glass tunnel and through the aperture.